everywhere. There will be some dry time, but very high rain and storm coverage today. Scattered showers and storms tonight, and then very high rain and storm coverage Thursday. Some of the storms today and tomorrow could be strong to possibly severe. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, your Wednesday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate system's moving smoothly. Still some wet, slippery roadways with all the rain and humidity throughout the Tri-County area. So please use caution. Leave early, drive slower. Keep headlights on low beams. If you run into some fog and things, keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Premier Place has it all for summer. Shop Cato Fashion, Sally Beauty, Professional Nails and Spa, America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, and more. The Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old balls and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-95.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. We start with devastating news out of Texas. Another deadly mass shooting, this time 19 children and 2 adults dead when a gunman opened fire at an elementary school there. Members of Alabama's congressional delegation, along with the governor, are reacting. Read their statements on our website, WSFA.com. The numbers are in after primary election day, and Alabama Governor Kay Ivey is declaring victory. This after 8 Republican opponents tried to unseat her in the primary. Governor Ivey avoided a runoff by securing over 50% of the votes. The governor's closest GOP challenger, Libby Blanchard, took 20% of the vote. In the U.S. Senate race, Republican primaries, Katie Britt and Mo Brooks would face off in a runoff. Britt took 45% of the vote, and Brooks came in second with 29% of the votes. Runoff election is set for June 21st. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
Keeping your property looking its best means having the right equipment to get the job done. Whether your to-do list requires mowing the lawn or maintaining a camp or farm, our team at SunSouth will help you find the equipment to meet your needs. And owning a John Deere is more affordable than ever at SunSouth with 0% financing on most models, including the 1 Series, 3 Series, and even the 5 Series. So why wait another season to do more? Come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone.
Could be anyone.
Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor. What's up, dude? Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io, enter promo code ART.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untucked shirts that you love. Untucked has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untucked.com or one of 80+ Untucked stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untucked shirts designed to be
Well, call attention to the Truck Game.
Want to sell it on the spot? Well, we're buying cars on the spot with no trade-in required. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, all makes and models. Cash out today. Selling your car privately or online can be a hassle. Fielding phone calls from potential buyers, some serious, most not. Plus a handful of swindlers and a whole lot of online broken promises. We'll make the experience simple, safe, and easy. Just stop by one of our 2 locations, relax, and one of our acquisition specialists will inspect the car and provide you with a free Carfax report of $39.95 value. Look at our budget Best Buy offer to compare. Budget car and truck sales, 2 locations, 61 Midvale Parkway, Montgomery, next to Fraser Church, 244-9777, or in Prattville, 508 Queensmith Road, across from Walmart, 358-0444, and we'll come to you there. Check us out online at buybudgetonline.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
You need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
you wake up and the sun does not appear. Now I'm not saying but every now and then I get on my knees and I take my if in the dark you desire.
What is this? Make it quick. Yeah, we will. Okay. All right. Thank you. And good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well and feeling good. However your results came out that you were hoping for yesterday. Remember, it's only one day. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and it is time for our daily bread this morning. It is May the 25th. Our scripture insight today comes from Matthew 26:47 through 56. Matthew 26:54 says, "How then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen in this way? Govern yourselves accordingly." Again, it is May the 25th, 2022 AD. It is a day like all the rest, a day that has never been, and a day that shall never ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. Yeah, I say the same thing every morning because every morning is different. Okay? But you don't get it back. You don't get to come back and undo the things that you do. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and do all the things you should have done. So whatever you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be glad for what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrow. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do what you can while you can until you can't for somebody else. Benjamin May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life. You shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never, ever give up. Because winners don't quit. And quitters, well, they never win. Take your choice. And no matter what happens on this day, remember this day, like all the rest, it is still a great day to be alive. Good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. Good morning to you. Run away. That's our daily bread for this day, May the 25th, 2022. Let me make a personal agreement. Say happy birthday to my eldest son, Emmanuel Lemaster Elkins. Happy birthday, son. Good morning to you, everybody.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled Run Away was written by Leslie Koh. The introductory lesson on Aikido, a traditional Japanese form of martial arts, was an eye-opener. The sensei, or teacher, told us that when faced with an attacker, our first response should be to run away. Only if you can't run away, then you fight, he said seriously. Run away? I was taken aback. Why was this highly skilled self-defense instructor telling us to run away from a fight? It seemed counterintuitive until he explained that the best form of self-defense is to avoid fighting in the first place. Of course. When several men came to arrest Jesus, Peter responded as some of us might have by drawing his sword to attack one of them. But Jesus told him to put it away, saying in Matthew chapter 26, "How then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen in this way. While a sense of justice is important, so is understanding God's purpose and kingdom, an upside-down kingdom that calls us to love our enemies and return evil with kindness. It's a stark contrast to how the world might react, yet it's a response that God seeks to nurture in us. Luke 22:51 even describes Jesus healing the ear of the man Peter had struck. May we learn to respond to difficult situations as he did, always seeking peace and restoration as God provides what we need. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Matthew chapter 26, verses 47 through 56. While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd, armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him. Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Jesus replied, "Do what you came for, friend." Then the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. With that, one of Jesus' companions reached for his sword, drew it out, and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. "Put your sword back in its place," Jesus said to him, "for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen in this way?" In that hour, Jesus said to the crowd, "Am I leading a rebellion that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the temple courts teaching, and you did not arrest me. But this has all taken place that the writings of the prophets might be fulfilled." Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. Let's pray. Father God, give us a new understanding of your greater purpose in your kingdom, and a godly, loving, and peace-seeking heart to respond to situations as your Son did. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Alrighty then. All right, it's time to rise and shine, people. It's time to get up. Come on now. Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be
Rough and tough.
rough and tough.
Airborne.
Airborne.
Every day.
Every day.
We run.
To
To
the sun.
no sweat.
Out of it. You guys smiling to your first Sergeant Leonard?
We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was bad.
You know darn well that you can't eat that.
Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be rough and tough.
Rough and tough. Airborne. Airborne. All the way. In the 82nd Airborne, knees in a breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Oh, what a great morning to be airborne. Hurrah! Hoo-ah!
All the way, driving on, driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my chute and I boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go.
Green light lead with the chilling glow. All the way.
Airborne all the way, drive it on, drive it on. All the way, airborne, airborne all the way, drive it on, drive it on. Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be rough and tough.
Rough and tough. Airborne. And since it is, holiday weekend almost, we skipped PT this week, but next week we'll be back on it. I just want to let you know that, okay? But now, we pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, as well as Space Force. And since it's appropriate this week that we honor these services, since this is Memorial Day, we commemorate all of those who lost two lives, the ones they had and the ones they would have had, as Ronald Reagan once said, so that we may live in a country that's still somewhat free. Someday we wonder. Good morning to you. Good morning to the Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning, fellas. See you out there working this morning. Good morning, Montgomery Police Department. Good morning, Chief Albert. Forgot his last name. He's not making the news very much. Anyway, and good morning to the Sheriff Department, Derek Cunningham, Kevin Murphy. Kevin forgot the address down here, but that's okay. I'll forgive him. Anybody else? Oh, Montgomery Maintenance Department. That's cool. We love those guys too. They're out there. Fire Department, Montgomery Fire Department. Good morning to you guys too. I know you stay all night long at the place, hoping that you don't have to get up in the middle of the night and go put out a fire or something like that. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you. But more importantly, you guys all have something in common. You go in when everybody else is running out. Airborne. They're known all over the world. We call them jarheads, but affectionately we call them Marines. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's those guys. Whose motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines have a hard time pronouncing that, and so we had to cut it short. Semper Fi. Now, whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Anybody want to hear the story? Oh, y'all going to hear that story one more time, then I'm done with it. But you're going to hear my Marine Corps story. Oh, yeah, one more time. And, of course, last but not least, the United States Army, home of storied divisions as the 82nd, the 1st ID, 2nd ID, the 3rd ID, the 8th ID, which I had a little part in that history. Good morning to you, folks. And all my army dogs. Give me an airborne out there this morning. Airborne. Whew, I tell you what, every time I hear these songs every morning, it just makes me feel a lot better that I know we're still the United States, although, nobody's ever said we're a perfect country. Yesterday showed that. But we are a great country, but we have our issues like every other country does. We have our same problems like every other society does. And we're not, as long as human beings are being born, which is a lot less than it used to be because of the things we like to do in this country. But as long as we're being born and we come as human beings, we're all going to have issues. We're going to have problems. We're going to have some that are bad, some that are absolutely evil. And if you ever wondered if evil existed, well, we saw it yesterday. And we saw it a couple of weeks ago. It's out there. And those that deny it are just only fooling themselves. There are evil people in the world. There really are. And I thank God that I haven't ran into anybody that evil yet, but there are evil people in the world. And of course, our condolences way down here in Alabama. Go to the families and the friends and the relatives of all those young folks who were killed up in Texas yesterday. Wow. Whew. What are we going to do? And of course, there's going to be a call for gun control, and which always does, and sometimes I just I don't know. I don't know about gun control. If you take everybody's guns, then only people going to have guns are those people whose gun you didn't get, which means you'll still be at the whim and at the hands of evil people. So I don't know. It's a complicated situation. It is a complicated issue. I don't know how we deal with it. How we deal with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how we deal with it. I guess that's why we put leaders in office. I guess to come up with some solutions. And maybe we just have to admit that we really don't have a solution except prayer. It's the only thing I can think of. Wow, what a what a tough situation I have to deal with right now. And I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. Who's this? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said taking out now you know good too well that this government ain't gonna come out everybody's house and take it out. You know that, man.
But the conversation always comes up after tragedies like this, though. Yeah.
The conversation about gun control, and ways to stop these type of guns from getting hands on people. So it's not about the government come around saying nobody's taking all folks' guns. It wouldn't hurt me at all if they damn do. But that ain't gonna happen.
Well, about 320 million guns in America, which is more that's about as many people as we. Yeah.
But it's these guns, man, that are meant for war.
Right. Right.
Guns that one person, alone, one single person,
Yeah.
can eliminate.
I mean, maybe we need to. Yeah. I mean, maybe we need to. I'm with you. Maybe we need to. Yeah. I mean, we don't need guns that we go to war with. In right. We don't. Yeah.
It's like, they can come around and take out guns and all this stuff. And they know that. But, it's the game that the politicians play, man, to get to same power. Because you got ignorant people that believe this bull crap, okay, and keep these fools in power.
Mm.
And, this game needs to be stopped because, like I said, these and most of them Republicans, conservatives, that constantly want to play this, like I said, this game with the lives of American people by taking the guns, and they good too damn well ain't nobody gonna take or go around and taking everybody's guns away. It's just these damn guns of war that we allow people to get 18-year-olds get, and go around and do stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there needs to be. I mean, there certainly needs to be some consideration on maybe a. Although the problem is but the problem is even if you outlawed assault, quote unquote, assault weapons, somebody still got it. Somebody's gonna still find a way to get one. So I don't know. Well, yeah, well, anyway, it's a tragedy. Again, a tragedy. Yeah. 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 Well, if you want something bad, yeah, you can get it. Yeah, but 18 is, 18 in most states is grown. So, you can do it better. Oh, well. Hey, appreciate it. Gotta take a break. We'll be back after this.
Sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Visit blindster.com now to save 50% off during the Memorial Day sale. Sale ends soon, so shop today. Blindster.com.
A wet and stormy next 48 hours today, starting.
How can you beat 8 people with no runoff? How's that possible? Really? How's that possible? Well, most of them didn't count it.
All day long everywhere. There will be some dry time. Very high rain and storm coverage today. Scattered showers and storms tonight, and then very high rain and storm coverage Thursday. Some of the storms staying tomorrow could be strong to possibly severe. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Siebert for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
We've got heavy rain up in the Prattville area. Please be advised. Also, number 30 vehicle, Highway 123, County Road 68. That's near the Marbury Volunteer Fire Department. Possible injuries. Avoid that area if you can. Also, 65 northbound, mile marker 190 up in Pine Level. There's an accident reported there this morning as well. Good credit, slow credit, doesn't matter. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka for cash out refinance and equity. MCS 567-9000. MLS 242-876. Buckle up, it's the law. Traffic, this is Baker to
Why are you driving around town on old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old ball and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros 239-9500.
The concern for Halo esports doesn't seem to end, as 343 Industries recently fined Spartan, a player for E-United, for unprofessional criticism. Spartan took to Twitter after the new season of Halo Infinite rolled out, criticizing all of the bad changes intermixed with vulgar language. Fans were in uproar, accusing the company of not allowing players to speak negatively about their game. 343 later explained that criticism is allowed, but it needs to be done respectfully.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone. Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your newest yoga instructor. Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io, enter promo code ART.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untuck It shirts that you love. Untuck It has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need to check out the new summer styles at untuckit.com or one of 80-plus Untuck It stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untuck It shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
Got questions about your roof? River Region Contracting has the answer. Google River Region Contracting today or visit the website riverregioncontracting.com. Your Montgomery Biscuits are ready to take on the 2022 season with the best fans in minor league baseball. Join us for a summer full of theme weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the hottest gift.
99 out of 100 times kid goes missing, kid is with a parent or relative.
What about the other time? The one.
The global phenomenon that turned the world upside down.
He's our friend. He's crazy.
Finally returns
I don't have my powers.
on May 27th.
I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm.
Get ready for the summer's most anticipated event.
See you inside.
On the other side.
Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 1 begins May 27th, only on Netflix.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, "Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
This is the Tom Hannity Show. Join me every afternoon at 2, right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay, the day is finally here. Me and Z, we are going to see Top Gun, baby. I'm clearing my whole schedule today. We will be there at the theater watching Maverick, Top Gun. That's right. That's where we're going to be, watching the movie. And when I leave that movie, I'm going to put in for flight school. Yeah, okay, man, it's a little bit over the top there, so forget about it. Yes, I'm a VIP. We get to see it before the rest of you guys do, but that's okay. I haven't always been a VIP, so, and there may come a time that I'm not one again, but today I'm going to be one. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. You know what time it is? It is time for the lessons of life and things of that nature. So if you're on the phone, you got to hold on for a long time, or just call back next hour and we'll talk to you. Anyway, good morning again. Again, it is my oldest son's birthday today. I think he's 31. I'm not exactly sure anymore. Let me see now. He's 31. Okay. So I think he was born in 1991. So how many years ago was that? Anyway, it's been a while. He's getting old. And I went to my grandkids the other day. Chosen. Now when they first named him Chosen, I said, well, what kind of name is that? But you know what? It fits him, and it's kind of like a nice name. It's cool. I like it now. And then my grandchild, got two of those here, Mari, and then the other grandchild is Scarlet, like that movie, Going with the Wind. Wasn't somebody named Scarlet in there, or something like that? Anyway, whatever it is, beautiful kids. Grandkids make you think that anything's possible in the world, because all you do in them is see the future. You hope it's a great future for them. But anyway, good morning to you. How's everybody doing? All right, word of the day. Now, word of the day Word of the day is stalwart. Stalwart. Now, what does that mean? If you look in the dictionary, you'll see my picture by the word stalwart. Stalwart. It means firm, steadfast, or uncompromising. Sounds like me, right? That's right. Because once I got it in my mind, I'm not moving. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm not moving. I'm dogmatic. Okay. The things I say, I believe, are incontrovertibly true and cannot be changed or disputed. Okay. That was a word we had yesterday. All right. So I'm just saying. So if you're firm, steadfast, or uncompromising. So if you're in school and Mr. Johnson gives you an F, and he says, Elkins, I am resolute and stalwart on this issue. And what that means is that you got an F, and it won't change no matter what. Unless all of a sudden you can turn back the clock and turn back the hands of time and retake the test. No, you got an F. We ain't changing. I don't care if your mama come up here, your daddy come up here, your aunt mother come up, your grandmama come. If they come down here crying buckets of tears, I'm sorry, you got an F. Now that's stalwart. That sounds like me. And you're stalwart, okay? All right? All right. If you got one jump left to make jump school, if you got one jump, you couldn't do it, guess what? You're not airborne. Okay? You got to do 5. You got to 5. If you don't do 4.5 won't do. You got to do 5. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Ranger school, you got whatever. I didn't go to Ranger school, but I should have went. They wouldn't let a brother go because they knew how to get the hell out of that mess hall. That's what they would do. Woo! Okay. Anyway, move right on. Good morning, Greg. What's up? Greg says, I've asked the mayor this morning to use some of that federal money to harden the soft targets. Interesting. Well, we're talking about that. Anyway, good morning, G. Now, what are the lessons of life? Lessons of life are things that we talk about, the things that you learn by living that you can hear about, but until you actually live it, you don't have a clue. And today is one of those lessons. But it's a lesson that everybody can kind of understand. Life is like sports. There are rules to play by. And even if you play by the rules, you may still lose. But without the rules, you'll never know how to win. Rules play a very important part of life. Learn them, and at least you will put yourself in a winning position. And again, life is unfair sometimes. Just like on football field sometimes. You know what? There could be some bogus calls, and you could still lose the game, even because somebody misinterpreted the rules. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and whine like a baby? No, you're going to take it out on the next team. Okay, you're going to take it out there. You're going to play harder. You're going to play hard. You're going to work harder. You're going to practice more until you. So there will be no doubt that you are a winner. But life is that way. And just because you play by the rules don't mean you'll win. But I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, because trust me, I know what I say, what I speak of. If you don't play by the rules, you'll be guaranteed to lose. I'm just telling you, that's just the way life is. That's just the way life is. Somebody once said, if you want to put so life, there are no guarantees of success in life, but there's certainly guarantees of failure. Okay, they're just guarantees of failure. Right? So anyway, so put yourself on the winning track. At least you're in the race. All right. So life is like sports. There are rules to play by, and even if you play by the rules, you may still lose. But without the rules, you'll never know how to win. Rules play an important part of life. Learn them, and you will put yourself at least in a winning position. Trust me, I know. I did more KP in the Army because not following the rules. And anybody I know, I got to have the military record for KP. And I was a cook sometimes. Anyway, it's May the 25th. My son's birthday, Emmanuel Lamaster Elkins. Good morning. I think he's 31, whatever this year would be. 31, I think that's how old he is. Anyway, good morning. It is the 145th day of this year. There are 220 days left in this year. It was on May the 25th, 2020, that George Floyd, a black man, died when a white Minneapolis police officer pressed his knee on Floyd's neck for about 9.5 minutes while Floyd was handcuffed and pleading that he could not breathe. Floyd's death, captured by video by a bystander, would lead to a worldwide protest, some of which turned violent, and a re-examination of racism and policing policies. The year was 1787. The Constitutional Convention began at the Pennsylvania State House, Independence Hall in Philadelphia, after enough delegates had shown up for a quorum. In 1935, Babe Ruth hit his last 3 career home runs, number 712, 713, and 714, for the Boston Braves in a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Of course, Pirates won 11-7. There was 1946. Transjordan, now Jordan, became the kingdom as it proclaimed its new monarch, Abdullah I. In 1959, the U.S. Supreme Court in the State Athletic Commission versus Dorsey struck down a Louisiana law prohibiting interracial boxing matches. The case had been brought by Joseph Dorsey Jr., a black professional boxer. You guys know why that happened, right? I mean, because in the boxing ring, a brother could knock the hell out of a white guy and didn't have to pay for it. Woo! Okay, that's move on. 1961, President John F. Kennedy told Congress, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth." 1964, the U.S. Supreme Court in Griffin versus County Board of Prince Edward County ordered the Virginia County to reopen its public schools, which officials had closed in an attempt to circumvent the Supreme Court's 1954 Brown versus Board of Education Topeka in the Topeka desegregation ruling. There was 1965. Muhammad Ali, otherwise known, I think, as Kansas Clay before, knocked out Sonny Liston in the first round of their world heavyweight title match in Lewiston, Maine. Ali's victory generated controversy over whether or not he had truly connected when he sent Liston crashing to the canvas with a right to the head. Now, a phantom punch implies that the boxing match had been fixed, but Ali has denied that, and so I think he touched him up there. I think it wasn't a phantom hit. It was a real hit. 1977, the first Star Wars film, later retitled Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, was released in the 20th Century Fox. 1979, 273 people died when an American Airlines DC-10 crashed just after takeoff from Chicago's O'Hare Airport. 6-year-old Ethan Patz, or close to it, disappeared while he was on his way to school at a bus stop in Lower Manhattan. In April 2017, former store clerk Pedro Hernandez, convicted of killing Ethan, was sentenced to at least 25 years in prison. And in 1992, on this day, Jay Leno made his debut on NBC's Tonight Show, succeeding Johnny Carson. And in 2008, NASA's Phoenix Mars lander arrived at the red planet. I don't believe we actually been to Mars. I don't think we've been there. I think they're pulling something over our eyes here. I think, I got to see a clear video that we actually, I need to see. I'm still not sure we went to the moon yet. I'm still not sure. I know we've been to Saturn because I saw that on a movie. Okay, but I don't know. I'm not sure we've been to Mars yet. I'm just not sure. I know there can be people who think I'm crazy, but I'm not sure we even went to the moon. I think we went to the Sahara Desert, and they didn't know, like that. Remember that Twilight Zone movie where these guys, they went up, right? They went in space, and they thought they were in space, and they came down after a while. They crash landed, and then they killed each other. One killed each other because they thought that they only had enough water, like for one person. And the man said, so they killed each other, thinking that they'd been on the moon. but they just crash landed back in the desert in California. So don't tell me it can't happen. Now it can happen. You can't. You know. Listen, when you think you're someplace else, you know, and you kill each other because of the water shortage, I'm telling you, you know. So that, listen, somebody's going to prove to me we actually went to the moon. Okay, I need to see a video. Anyway, 2018, Harvey Weinstein was charged in New York with rape and another sex felony in the first prosecution to result from the wave of allegations against him. The once powerful movie producer turned himself in to face charges, and he was released on $1 million bail. And after a court appearance, Weinstein was convicted of rape and sexual assault. He is serving 23 years he's serving a 23-year prison sentence. Well, I believe he died, I think, already. Anyway, we'll check that out later. I think that's what it is. 11 years ago, a judge in Salt Lake City sentenced preacher Brian David Mitchell to life in prison for kidnapping and raping Elizabeth Smart, who was 14 at the time of her induction in 2002. A judge in Tucson, Arizona, ruled that Jared Lee Lawler, the man accused of wounding U.S. Representative Gabriel Giffords and killing 6 in a shooting rampage, was mentally incompetent to stand trial. You know what I can't understand about people who are mentally incompetent? Now, here's my problem. They can always do bad things with precision, but then they're judged as being mentally incompetent. Now, I'm not for the death penalty in general, in general, but if you just shoot the juice to them, they wouldn't know that they were getting the juice shot to them if they're really mentally incompetent. So what difference does it make? They did the deed, and they need to pay the price. Okay, I'm just but I'm not for it. Anyway, 3 years ago, President Donald Trump threatened to pull the Republican National Convention from North Carolina if the state's Democratic governor would not agree to allow a full capacity gathering. Charlotte would host a scaled back portion of the event. Primetime speeches were delivered from Washington and elsewhere in a largely virtual audience. Okay, so that's about it. You know, that's what I got to today. Oh, and don't forget, this is I went out to the Alabama National Guard yesterday. One of the things, First Sergeant Leonard. I got my little flag. We do our we call the names of all the people we have lost from the state of Alabama in this war on terror. And so stay tuned. You may hear somebody you know. I'll never forget one of the first people who died in that war was from Montgomery, Alabama, named Sergeant First Class Stephen Bryson, Gunny Sergeant Stephen Bryson, who was a Marine. And I've never had the opportunity to talk to their family, but I know he was one of the first people to die. And our prayers and our condolences go out to that family. Sort of like Ronald Reagan said, when a soldier dies in battle, they lose 2 lives. They lose the life that they had and the life that they would have had. So we commemorate those people this coming Friday, and we will commemorate them in a holiday version or commemorative day on Monday. But we will, if I can get all the names, and if you have someone that lost their lives in this war, these wars we've been fighting the last 20 years or so, please text me with the name or email me and tell me a little bit about them, and you can email me at Elkman, email me Elkman, ELKMAN0557 at Gmail, or you can text me 241-9998. I'll still make the mention of the first. I know there's another young man whose parents moved from Montgomery. They went to Michigan right now. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember his name. Forgive me for not remembering his name right now. That's why I know when I leave here, people after about 20 minutes, people are gonna forget my name. But it ain't what they call you, it's what you've done. Yeah, it's not how long you live, it's what you do while you live. So and we can never give these families back the sacrifice that their loved ones made to make sure that we live in a free society. So anyway, we'll be back right after these messages. Okay.
Now, your WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams, WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. We start with devastating news out of Texas. Another deadly mass shooting, this time 19 children and 2 adults dead. Weapon opened fire at an elementary school there. Members of Alabama's congressional delegation, along with the governor, are reacting. You can read their statements on our website, WSFA.com. The numbers are in after primary election day, and Alabama Governor Kay Ivey is declaring victory. This after 8 Republican opponents tried to undo her in the primaries. Governor Ivey avoided a runoff by securing over 50% of the votes. The governor's closest GOP challenger, Libby Blanchard, took 20% of the vote. In the U.S. Senate race, Republican primaries, Katie Britt and Mo Brooks will face off in a runoff. Britt took 45% of the vote, and Brooks came in second with 29% of the votes. The runoff election is set for June 21st. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3F.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Vicki Barker in London. After more children are gunned down in another school massacre.
When are we going to do something?
Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr did not want to discuss Game 4 of the NBA Western Conference last night.
We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence.
19 children and 2 adults were shot dead at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Multiple survivors remain hospitalized. CBS's Janet Shamlian is there.
Grief-stricken parents, desperate to be reunited with their children, were faced with scenes of chaos. Their worst fears compounded by the unknown. Just days away from summer break, the tragedy brought the school year to a sudden and horrific close.
My heart was broken today. We're a small community, and we'll need your prayers to get us through this.
The people of Uvalde last night gathering in houses of worship, sharing an unimaginable collective grief.
In Washington,
FBI Director Christopher Wray testifies before a Senate panel later today. He'll likely answer questions about the investigation into the Uvalde shooting and the overall response of the agency to gun violence. Also appearing today, the nominee to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Steve Dettelbach of Ohio. The agency hasn't had a confirmed leader in 7 years.
CBS's Scott McFarland. Yesterday's massacre overshadowing primary votes in 5 states. In one closely watched race in Georgia, former football star and Trump protege Herschel Walker won the Republican Senate nomination and will face Senator Raphael Warnock, a Democrat, in November. Georgia's governor saw off his Trump-backed Republican challenger.
It was a decisive victory for Governor Brian Kemp, beating David Perdue by a 3-1 margin. After a bitter fight dividing the Republican Party, the former senator called to congratulate Kemp,
pledging his full support to make sure that Stacey Abrams is never our governor.
Kemp spent much of his speech focused on the battle ahead with Abrams.
Together, we're going to make sure Stacey's road to Pennsylvania Avenue stops right here in the Peach State.
Sandra Parrish for CBS News, Atlanta.
Kemp delayed his victory speech until after President Biden had addressed the tragedy in Uvalde. Overseas, its bankers, oligarchs, and oil and coal exports have been sanctioned, but the Kremlin has reportedly pocketed a $1.9 billion windfall from its wheat exports by blocking Ukraine's grain exports and plundering that country's reserves. The Russian invasions helped send global wheat prices up more than 50% this year, raising fears of widespread famine. This is CBS News.
The World News Roundup is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. Rates current as a 12-21 call. For information and conditions, equal housing lender license in all 50 states. For consumer access, over 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Oil investments involve a high degree
degree of risk and actual results may vary. Oil keeps going up, the supply wavers, and global demand is growing. Get in on the next major oil boom now and help the U.S. with your patriotic investment that could potentially pay you monthly income of up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call 1-800-278-7455. That's 1-800-278-7455.
Proving there's an award for everything and everyone.
North America's 50 Best Bars has handed out one of its first awards. The Altos Bartender's Bartender Award goes to Masahiro Urashido from the Japanese-American bar Katana Kitten in New York City. The award is voted on by bartenders. This is the first year of the awards, which are an offshoot of the world's 50 best bars.
CBS's Wendy Gillette reporting. And finally, the organizers of Wimbledon are reportedly considering legal action against the men's and women's tennis tours. The ATP and WTA stripped the tournament of its ranking points after it banned Russian and Belarusian players, arguing the ban violated the rankings agreement. But now the other Grand Slam tournaments, the Australian Open, French Open, and U.S. Open, are reportedly considering offering their support to Wimbledon as part of a joint action. I'm Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Hey, bud, this is Coco. And Captain from Walter Furniture Rally at American Oak and More. We have some great news. We're building a new warehouse.
Yes, the bad news is we have over $1 million worth of inventory and we have to move. That's over 4,000 pieces.
So, Captain, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a huge warehouse. I would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
For the first time ever, we will be giving an additional discount on over 4,000 items in the rustic outlet. Don't let it pass you by. Come save big and help us get it gone. This is Cody Wolf from American Oak and More. This is your special invitation to our 28th anniversary sale going on now. For a limited time, everything at American Oak and More's inventory, catalog, and special orders is 50% off the top tag price. That's right, half off. Living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Interest-free financing available. Hurry, sale ends soon. Mattress, accessories, and cozy excluded.
Like we've been saying for almost 30 years. You don't pay the same money, so don't make wood.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson, where the providers at Montgomery all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music
It is not.
you love.
It is
Tax
not
the
a.
local to
It is not a.
5288 and ask Congress to support local radio stations.
I like my gun.
Help us keep you connected to the
I only
music,
want to use
local
it
news,
for
weather,
self-defense.
and traffic that you need each
I wanna
day.
go around
This
shooting
message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Is your foot pain becoming a hassle? Can't get through a workday without pain? Can't go shopping without limping down the aisles? I'm Dr. Brian Killey, a board-certified podiatrist with specialized training in endoscopic procedures for heel pain and neuromas. Most diagnostic procedures can be performed right in the office, saving you the time and trouble of going from place to place. So don't run around town to fix your feet. Call me at 265-7585 for an appointment. That's 265-7585. Serving Montgomery, Greenville, and surrounding areas for over a decade. Follow us on Facebook or visit us on the web at www.greenvillefootcare.com, where doctors' profiles, directions to the office, hours of operation, and new patient paperwork are all just a click away. You can also find useful information on common foot conditions and services that we provide. I'm Dr. Brian Keeley with Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet, start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of the podiatrist performing such services.
Jeff Branker with Chappie's Deli. Mike, listen.
Hi, Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli. Jeff, what is that?
It's the Chappie's Deli Grill. Let's do a commercial about grilled onions.
Grilled onions? Oh, yeah. People will be knocking the doors down to come in for that.
It's psychology, Gramps. It's a subtle message that tells a story.
Jeff, we can't do a Chappie's Deli commercial only about grilled onions.
Mike, it tells everyone two things. Number one, we cook on real grills at Chappie's Deli. No better flavor.
You will find a grill master at each Chappie's. Big difference between a Chappie's Deli grilled Reuben versus a microwave or steamed.
And number two, where else can you get grilled onions on a sandwich?
Yep, that's what Chappie's Deli is all about. You want something special? Just ask. So come to Chappie's Deli, Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Prattville, Baptist South Towers, and Auburn for some psychology.
No.
Oh yeah, the onions.
No, Gramps, the grill. The grill.
Hey, hear me at my new time right here on the same great station. It's all happening every afternoon at 2, right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. I got you. I got you. I'm with you. All right. Okay, the day is finally here. That's right. Going to see Top Gun today. I would take some of you guys with me, but this is for VIPs. Me and the mayor are going to sit right next to the other, and we're just gonna hobnob it. You know, eat a little popcorn, make some plans for the lower enlisted. Yeah. Yeah, I think the mayor's coming today too, but I better not tell nobody, you know, where he's gonna be sitting at. So I'm sure he's coming in there, have a seat with me. Once he finds out that I'm there, he's gonna come. We're gonna sit down and have a conversation. Okay, I'm just saying, man, Top Gun. Again, this is a VIP reception. Okay, I'm just saying, you know. Now I hope we got some food. And I want, please, you know, I don't care much about race things, but I do like black folks' food. So the next time somebody invites me to something, okay, if there's no macaroni and cheese, there are no ribs, okay, I'm not coming. Okay, I don't want nobody's casserole. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell a casserole is. I think it's just something you put a whole bunch of crap in and then put it on the table and everybody's supposed to eat it. No. Macaroni and cheese at a minimum. Macaroni and cheese with a lot of cheese and some ribs. Okay, chicken I ain't too hot about anymore. I'm tired of chicken. Okay, so ribs. Okay, if you don't have a ribs, do not invite me over. Okay. After the church thing, good, but if you don't have ribs, don't ask me to stay. Ribs is what I've been wanting. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Yesterday was a great day for some people. It was a horrific day for other people, depending on where you were at the time. One part of the country, we have people slaughtered by another 18-year-old. Here. We had a woman who run for governor, beats 8 people without a runoff. I mean, how is that possible? I mean, how is it possible that 8 people can go into a race and there's no runoff? I mean, I got runoff with 2 people. I mean, what? Well, no runoff with 2 people, but with 3 or 4. I mean, how did Ivy pull that off? Now that tells you one or two things. Okay, I'm not going to go there right now. I'll let you guys. Also, it seems that Ms. Martin won her race. I do not know, and let's just be fair. I do not know if Mr. Boyd's attempt to affect her race did in fact help her win. You know, I don't know her. I've met her a couple of times. She hadn't come up here, so that's cool. Hey, but Insler came up here, and I still think Insler won. Insler gets out there with the people. You know. Now, Philip, you know, because you're running as a Democrat, my brother, I can't hook you up in the in the general election. I got to go with my with my preferred party, which is the I don't really prefer the Republicans anyway, but I got to go with them. I got to go with the Republicans in the general election, unless you come up with something that is almost magnifico, something that I cannot refute, that is incontrovertibly correct, and I cannot put a dent in it. So you got time to change my mind, but it is going to be a Herculean task to do that. But I'm willing to change my mind if you can give me a good reason, good reason. Okay. One thing we learned from it, you cannot hide out from the public and expect to win a race. You just can't. You got to come where even people don't like you. Like when I run for office next year, say I'm going go places where nobody likes me, and I guarantee you I will convince somebody in there that I'm right. Okay. Now let me shut up and go to the phone. And we talk whatever you guys want. You want to talk about the race? You want to talk about what happened? Is it time for gun control in America? And what would that look like? Because if you can't guarantee me that all the crooks don't have guns, then you'll never get mine. But certainly there seems to be something, or is our cultural changes in America right now? Nobody's tough anymore. Everybody's got a problem. Everybody's got an IEP. Everybody's got an excuse for everything, except looking in the mirror and saying, maybe I should be a better person. Nobody's fault that I am where I am, but me. I don't know. I think it's time for some serious reflection for Americans in America right now, and it's not a day too early. I think we truly need. Our men are walking, want to be girls. Our girls want to be men. People, rather than talk about things, in fact, we go around and kill dozens of people at a time. So I don't know. It is time for a reflection in America. It really is. We need to figure out what we want to be, what kind of country we want to be. Because right now we are tethering on something bad, Or like somebody said the other day, has God taken his hands off us because we are trying to remove him from everything? Are we trying? You can't pray in school. You can't pray in a football game. You can't do this. You can't do that. The very thing God is against, male and male relationships, female and female relationships. Hey, whatever you believe, we see the same token. And abortion, my God. We got people who are hypocrites. We got people who are telling people, well, get rid of guns, but let's do that abortion thing. Well, isn't that the same thing as killing innocent people who've done nothing? I don't know, but so we're becoming hypocrites in America. Anyway, 860-1414 is the number here. Let me shut up and good morning. Good morning. Who's this? I ain't talking to you, Ed. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
I don't want to say it's time for not gun control, but China called racially profile these white boys. I seen one walking this morning. And the first thing I thought, he's the next school shooter. And
wait a minute. I hear you, but wait a minute. So what if we start profiling black boys and you look at them like they're the next shooter?
Already profiling black boys.
Well, they
need to start profiling young white boys from 16 to 25, racially profile and keep an eye on them, or they are the next shooter. That's how you gonna stop it.
Now you know how. Now you really do know because. But wait a minute. In America right now, you are more likely to be shot by a black person than a white person. So do we start profiling? I know, but you're talking about profiling people because of their color.
And because of their character, these guys are loners. They have no social life. They're giving their dogs. They like guns, and they from 16 to 25, and they start racially profiling these young white boys like they do black boys. That'll stop this mass shooting.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, listen now. Everybody's got their opinion. That's yours. I guess. Good morning. Who's this? Morning.
Curmudgeon, you didn't call about all the people arrested, 127 down there in Gulf Shores. You ain't said nothing about that, did you? I wonder why. I wonder why, sir. And a bunch of them, 127 of them, now it's 180 something they arrested. But 127 of them had drug paraphernalia on something like that.
Well, who cares about people having drug paraphernalia? Yeah.
In different areas. Some city, a couple weeks ago, they went down to the beach, some black kids, and he couldn't wait to come tell you about it. Why you didn't tell us about that, Mr. Commercial? But anyway, back to the governor thing. With Governor Ivan now, she's mostly like to see folks out there.
I mean, how do you win against 8 people with no runoff, man? Is she the best governor we ever had? I don't know. I just.
Anything. All they talking about the border, how much they love Trump, and what they gonna do, toting guns around and everything. And
Well, she told her the gun too. She said that.
but she done did some things.
Yeah, well, she got a record. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They trying to sell themselves. They weren't selling anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the border.
But those are important things. If you don't have a border, you don't have a state, you don't have a country.
Just like the guns.
Yeah.
Have they ever stopped drugs from getting over here?
And we never will. Hell, we grow them here sometimes. We never will.
And are we gonna stop people from killing over here?
No.
They blaming this Mexicans coming over here doing the killing. Stop the killing that's here already. We ain't even worried about the Mexicans coming over here.
Well.
Huh?
Okay.
This Katie Free's in a runoff with Moab.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I voted for Moore. But yeah, voted for him. I like him. Yeah, so I had to go with him.
I covered my eyes up with the market.
Well, man, come in now. You had to know who you was marking now. You had to, because the hole is too small. The hole is too small not to know where you mark. So you. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, there's some good people on it, but everybody wasn't going to win. All righty then. Hey, appreciate it. There was going to be winners and losers. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Yes, good morning.
I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. We got 52 senators, 50 Republicans, and 2 Democrats that have lost their mind. I don't even know why they ain't watching. I don't blame them, Richard Shelby. I'll get the heck out of there too before I have to make a decision. I guarantee you the men up there got to have on panic. There ain't no decision being made on these gun laws. We have made it so great now that we got the Second Amendment on lockdown. Let's keep legal people with guns. They haven't committed a crime until they shot somebody. Well, let me look at the last 2 shootings of mass destruction. These people literally got on body armor that the police can't even stop. So that the politicians say, let's put more police in the schools. But the time the legal Second Amendment people that got a right to carry that gun, I like the way you say it, they haven't committed a crime until they shot somebody. Whereas the legal people are shooting them up now. They're not generally all this mental stuff. Alabama done closed every mental institution in the state. They said send them to the ER. So the mental situation is not the problem. The problem now is the legal people that are going and buying guns legally, putting on body armor, going out to these facilities, churches, schools, you name it, and shooting them up. And the crime had been committed until they pulled the first trigger. So now the politicians sitting up there I'm looking at Ted Cruz. I call him the suitcase man. He had 30 days worth of clothes to drop his life off in Texas. And Texas was falling apart and went in the dark. People freezing to death.
I don't blame him for getting the hell out of there when it was cold. Yeah.
But when the hell you supposed to speak of this stuff? When are these guys going to do anything?
But what can they do? Right. But let me ask something, though. But, well, wait a minute. He 90 years old. He almost 90 years old. It's time to come home. Well, but
when they get to Washington, they supposed to do something with the border wall. They ain't worried about all these lethal kids that are. When I'm just using kids today, because tomorrow it could be somebody else different. But they're all legal.
Well, but let me ask something. Is it not a little bit more complicated than taking a gun? Because if you took all the guns, somebody would still have one. You're not going to get them all. We need to do something. But again, how do you do that without infringing on the rights of the folks who have a right to carry a gun to protect themselves?
Yeah, and the people in Washington told me they got all kind of roll scouts. I got a high school diploma.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the hell are they in Washington? If they can't figure it out, Kevin, they try to be re-elected. There need people in there that know, that come up with some solutions. They got to get together and make the hard choices. That's why I'm at today.
All right. I appreciate it. Okay. I feel you. I feel you. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, my friend.
Ed, did I say I ain't talking to you no more? You're paying. I don't hate you, but you play on the phone, and it is you. Don't tell me it ain't you. It's you. And I'm getting tired of that crap. I'm sick of it. I'm just tired of it. Yeah, it is you. There ain't but one voice like yours. Everybody's voice is different. Your voice, that'd be your voice. Now, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I tell you what, you need to find out who it is, because the next time it happens, I'm banning you. Well, you're not God, and again, that's the rule. If it happens again, if it happens again, and then since you can't out talk me because I got the money, if it happens again, I'm just gonna ban you. Okay? Just because you're an older man don't mean you got to be crazy. Okay? My computer's not doing anything. Ed, did you actually think I was sitting here and waste this time with you talking about this if it was me doing it? I mean, come on. I mean, give me a break. So you got one more time to call back when you're not supposed to, and then after that, I'm done with you. Okay, I'm done with you. Okay. Anyway, now you ought to be quiet a little bit and listen to what I'm telling you, because you got one more time to do that, and then I'm done with you. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Now, what you got to say this morning? What you got to say this morning? Because you got one more time to disrespect me, and we're done. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. Anyway, what's on your mind? I'm not talking about our daily bread. I'm not talking about that. How about you? Now, what's on your mind this morning? Ed, it's always, I don't give a Ed, that it always is first. What are you talking about, man? Ed. What else you got? Okay. Call me tomorrow. Bye. I'm done. Good morning on there. Yes. Well, I can't speak for all black folks. Yeah. Brother, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, well, it's not an easy solution. Yeah.
Black, white, brown. Something's going on.
did too. And yeah, we did too. We did too. Yeah. Wait a minute. Did not Inslee win? No. Did not. Wait a minute. I didn't lose. Philip Inslee won. Philip Inslee. No, he's a white. He's a what? Republicans. A Republican won. Well, wait a minute. That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right, man. It's a good thing I get good sense to you first thing I get in the morning. Anyway, let us accept with Ed. Ed just get to my number. We'll be back right after. Don't forget, it is our Top Gun Day. Me and the boys, me and the VIPs, gonna get together at the theater and watch us some Top Gun. That's right, today. We're gonna be in the VIP section. Okay. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to text me, you can do that. 241-9998. We'll be back.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
A wet and stormy next 48 hours today, starting this morning throughout the morning.
So what is the solution for gun violence?
Numerous widespread showers and thunderstorms. Now, it doesn't mean it rains all day long everywhere. There will be some dry time, but very high rain and storm coverage today. Scattered showers and storms tonight, and then very high rain and storm coverage Thursday. Some of the storms today and tomorrow could be strong to possibly severe.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking pretty good as far as accidents go. Nothing's been reported recently that would send you on an alternate route. Just heavy rain, drenching rain now moving into the listing area. So please use caution. It's going to be a wet, sloppy day. Get your best deal at Reinhardt Prattville on the car, truck, or SUV. Then after all is done, tell them you want an additional $1,000 off. You'll get it. Reinhardt Prattville. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Attention River Region listeners. Take advantage of 4 new tires with no money down at Chico's Auto Pros, Montgomery's #1 rated tire store. Chico's Auto Pros.
Now that we're getting back to normal, let's get our kids the academic support they need too. Whether you can tutor, mentor, or just have a little time to serve in your community, GetReadySet.org can match you up with a student in your community that suits your talents and time.
Get more information about Ready, Set, and Project Shine on our website, newsradio1440.com.
You know, every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock, it's simple and easy to protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off the first year when you go to lifelock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code HAMMOND.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does it actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at larrypuckett.com or visit them on Cobbsport Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
It's Dan Bongino, every weekday from 2 till 5 p.m. right here on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And welcome back. I was just looking at some news in the last couple of weeks in one city, in one city. This is just one city. There were 24 people shot, 6 killed. A couple weekends after that, there were 42 people shot and 8 killed. We do have a problem with guns in America. And I don't have a clue of what to do about it. And I would imagine that because we got this one little sticky thing called the Constitution of the United States, I don't think it was ever intended, though, for people to have the ability to go out and slaughter one another. The Second Amendment was supposedly to keep a tyrannical government from being tyrannical. I don't know if our founding fathers ever saw this one coming. I don't know if they ever saw. In principle, I certainly agree with the Constitution, but as a practical matter, why does a man need a gun that shoots multiple rounds in a matter of seconds? Why do you need that in the civilian world? I understand military. Why do you need that gun? But then again, if the police can carry that gun, then we are supposedly in charge of our. We agree. We give the consent to be governed. Why shouldn't we have the same rights to the same guns they have? That's an interesting question. But there's no doubt that I think if you're on American soil today, this morning, you have to ask ourselves, what do we need to do about this? I made a suggestion a couple weeks ago about if you commit a crime with a gun, whether anybody get killed or not, you get 10 years in prison. 10 years. Because the only time you should ever pull that gun is when you're going to be self-defense. 10 years. It ought to be an automatic 10-year sentence if you use a gun outside of self-defense. And so, and that still won't stop everybody from using the gun, of course, wrongly. But at least we got that person off the street, no bail. You don't get out of jail. There has to be severe consequences for using these guns indiscriminately. There's got to be severe consequences for this. No bail, none. It's the way I see it. You use a gun in the commission of a crime, no bail, and you get 10 years. So get used to eating, walking on the concrete floor, and eating dog food, whatever they feed you in prison. I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't know. Good morning. Yes.
Only thing she said, it would work, but in this society where unequal justice, it won't work. A lady in Florida had a restraining order against her husband.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
They see this guy now. They gave up.
I know.
Because I ain't gonna cover skin, but that's what happened.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. When I could not believe she got that much time for shooting in the air. But I don't, and that, I don't know. I mean, so you're right. We have to, when we give, we got to be fair about this, but I don't know. That was crazy to me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah, you need to pray. Because I mean, if you can't hit them.
The unconscious, but you're walking. He could have been damaged to other countries when we approach our league. And all these 40 and we went on down. The first thing goes when you're unconscious is your leg. Your leg goes out from under you. So it could have been possible that others here have been damaged to other countries.
Well, that's true. They, you know, some again, some people said that it was a phantom punch, and so so I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Hey, appreciate it. Man, time's going by fast today. Good morning on there.
Good morning.
Yes.
This is Texas. 19 of my believe was killed out there, and they're against abortion. They just as dead one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Secretary of Defense. Why do we have a Secretary of Defense?
We do have a Secretary of Defense.
What's that?
We do have a Secretary of Defense.
Do we have a Secretary of Peace?
Well.
Now, you so abortion against abortion. What do you want to do about those folks out there in Texas that got shot up?
And again, what's the difference in that and then killing your children in the womb?
Yeah, is Donald there?
No.
Yeah. Well, you've got an answer for everything, so I'm gone.
All righty then. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Ken.
Yeah, Ken.
Hey, I can tell you exactly why someone would need a pistol that could shoot 11 or even up to 17 rounds at a time.
Okay, I'm listening.
My next door neighbor's house. This is in Millbrook. It made national news.
Okay.
5 teenagers, ranging from 16 to 19.
I remember that.
Broke into his house.
Yeah.
5. They were armed. And you're telling me that I'm only allowed to shoot maybe a 6-shooter when 5 guys are armed against you?
Listen, you make a great great case. Yeah.
You need something that can carry as many rounds as possible. You missed the first shot.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be John Wayne and everybody would hit them.
Yeah.
Square every single time.
That's true. That's true.
Free to be armed to protect yourself by any means necessary.
Well, let me ask you a question. And again, and I know you're probably going to take exception to this also, but I remember that case in Millbrook, and I agree with you on that. But then I can understand if you're going to have that in your house to protect your domain, your castle. I'm with you. But is there any reason to go out in public carrying a rifle or a weapon that shoots that many times? I said, in your house, I'm all for you.
Yes, because if I'm shopping, what if those 5 men decide to hold up a store? What if those 5 men try to jump out at an intersection?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter where. Your life is just as needed against
Right.
multiple people
Right.
as you are against one.
Well, listen,
The where doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
If you're at a school, then why the hell are people coming in shooting people at a school?
We
got to get back to the
Right.
We
Right.
stop the why, then you can focus on the how.
Well, listen, I've always said if it makes sense, I'm willing to go with it. And you made a case. And I forgot about that Millbrook thing. If I look out the window and there's 5 to 6 people trying to get in, I need everything I can possibly get to protect myself and my family. I'm with you. You made a point. yeah, you made a point. So okay, all right, appreciate it. Listen, as long as it makes sense, I can't argue with it. Let me take another call. Okay, 'cause I remember that case in Millbrook. Matter of fact, a young man was killed. As a matter of fact. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning on there. Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you?
Well, we got another problem having.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody want to know what the other thing to do, but 40, 50, 60 years ago, in this United States, we didn't have this thing going like we're going on now. You go back further than that. You know why we didn't have these things going on now?
Why is that?
Because we had a punishment. When you do something like that, or kill somebody, quickly, we had a yellow mama around here. Was doing their work as executing. You didn't get no guys 25 or 30 years in jail for executing places, shooting for one another. We take them out. That's what we got to do here. You know what I'm saying? Got too soft, got too civilized. We can't do those things to nobody, but still on, we go out and kill. If we had something like the Middle East over here, all these, we wouldn't have no problem like we having now. But we too civilized. We can't kill. We might kill the wrong person killing. We got to get away from that. The law in this country sucks. We too civilized. Do like the Bible said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. That's what we got to do.
That was the Old Testament, though. That was the Old Testament, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I mean, that was the Old Testament. I mean, we're not supposed to do that.
That's the only way we gonna do the thing around here. It's the only way we're gonna solve the problem here. And don't tell me about this black and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
When a person kills somebody, he's got to be killed also. Don't put him in the doggone jail and stay in that 30, 40 years. Get him out of the way quickly. You know what another thing we doing, Donna? You know what they need to be doing? Hanging, it's a price for. Don't tell my this injection can on. They don't want to do it. You can't do that to them. That's too suicide. No.
And what if we? Okay, what? Right. Right. But let me ask you a question. What happens if you do it too fast? What happens if we find out that we killed a guy?
What do you think about really? He's almost. We're the only country in this country's world. Act like a bunch of. I tell you, it's sickness in this country.
Right.
It's sickness how we act like a bunch of civilized people and they can't take care of ourselves. Somebody kills somebody, then you say you got all kind of excuses. Right, the camera keep on. You got a good show.
Okay.
I'm really frustrated with what I heard last night.
Yeah.
Look at 10 days.
Yeah.
We had 2 mass killings.
Yeah.
That don't have to have more until we start. Because I'm politicians get on that button and do something. And all of them doggone preaching and everything. Let's get on. Let's get this country taken care of. Bye-bye.
All right then. I get a frustration, but believe me, there are millions of people in America this morning who have that same frustration. What do we do? I don't want to apply justice too fast, because then you find out real quickly that you did an injustice. 30 years is a little too long to get justice, but I don't know. What if it was you and you didn't do it, but they said you did? I don't know. We'll be back after this. Of course, we got cameras everywhere now, so it ought not be that big a deal to find out who did something. Anyway, we'll be back. It is 7:47 on this post-election time. I still can't figure out how Governor Ivey can go against 8 people and still win without a runoff. I mean, what's that all about? Is she that good of a governor? We'll be back. 8 people, no runoff. Okay, I should have gotten that raise.
Southern summers have a few key features: the endless sunshine, weekend beach trips, and of course, the incredible farm fresh produce bursting with flavor in every bite. Find and support your local farmer today at sweetgrownalabama.org.
A wet and stormy next 48 hours today, starting this morning, throughout the morning, afternoon, even into the evening, and tonight there will be numerous widespread showers and thunderstorms. Now, it doesn't mean it rains all day long everywhere. There will be some dry time, but very high rain and storm coverage today. Scattered showers and storms tonight, and then very high rain and storm coverage Thursday. Some of the storms today and tomorrow could be strong to possibly severe.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking pretty good. Nothing's been reported that would send you on an alternate route. Just be advised, traffic running slow, 65 southbound, coming out of Prattville due to the weather. Heavy rain now beginning to fall throughout the Tri-County area. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Summer registration is going on now through May 26th at Trenton State. Change your life. Call Trenton State or go to trentonState.edu for more information. Buckle up. It's the law. Skywatch traffic. This is Vegas away.
Call the tire expert at Chico's Auto Pros. You'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local toll, and free balance application. Chico's Auto Pros.
Now Martha Stewart for Skechers. When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is the comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear with all the fits and features like Arch Fit and Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's exactly the way I'd make shoes.
Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone. Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor. What's up, dude? Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you can be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io, enter promo code ART.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untuckit shirts that you love. Untuckit has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untuckit.com or one of 80+ Untuckit stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untuckit shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
Sam, put your shoes on. We're headed to the doctor in 10 minutes. Okay, Mom. Hey, am I going to get a shot? Yes, it's time for your yearly vaccines. We have to make sure all your vaccines are up to date before you start back to school. You know, I have to provide a record with the day and year you got the vaccine to the school. Okay, but Mom, how many more years do I have to get these shots? At least until college.
Alabama law requires children of all ages to be up to date on their immunizations before attending school. Every child needs to be vaccinated against polio, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, also known as whooping cough, measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and the station.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Todd and Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
So it wouldn't have mattered if Shady shot somebody.
They flew down there to get him, bring him home, so he's got friends and he's got legal support, for whatever the problem was. So they were like, oh, we had letting you go or terminate you, never even approached it. It was, no, we need to get you home. We need to get, he's one of ours. We need to get him back home with us so we can protect him, and legally represent him if necessary. Fuck them, So it worked out perfect.
And we're back. Good morning, everybody. 860-1440 the number you want to give us a call. A lot of things happened yesterday. First of all, let us thank all the people that ran for office. Let's think. I mean, we're not always going to agree on everything, but when you put your life out there, everybody, you got daggers coming at you from everywhere. You got them coming from me. You got them coming from the other guy on the other side of town, the newspaper, the TV. I mean, everybody's coming for you because you had the temerity to want to get involved and change your world. So even though some of the views you have kind of weird, but you still got a right to have weird views. But anyway, I thank all those people for taking a shot at it. I'm still trying to comprehend how a person can run against 8 people and don't get a runoff. Now, me personally, I'm not really for the runoff system, but since I have been here, you guys have conditioned me. I think it should be one man, one vote, and everybody's vote counts. And if you get one vote, if the guy under you gets 25 votes and you get 26 votes, it seems like to me that you ought to be the winner. So I think runoffs is a chance sometimes to give the guy who lost a second shot at it. And I think that's kind of unfair. So congratulations to Governor Ivey. Whooped up on 8 people at one time. What a way to do it. Good morning. Okay. All right. I hear you. But anyway, good luck to her. History would have to tell us whether or not I think she almost 80 though. At what time do we, I don't know though. I don't know. I ain't that far from 80 myself. So I might well shut up about that one. But I'm just wondering, doesn't there come a time when you let younger people, and you, as the older Bible speaks of this, the older people give you guidance, give you counsel. But we need some energy. But I must admit though, she seems to get around quite well, as a matter of fact. So, of course, for 5 years I've been trying to get her down here, right down the street from the house, and she hasn't come down here yet. Her people just blow me off most of the time. Which I guess I'd say, okay, I'm going to make myself, if I don't do nothing else, I'm going to see my best to get the governor down here and have a conversation with her one of these days. Now, that's going to be my goal for the year is out. If I got to call every day, okay, in the next year, if I live and nothing happen, I'm going to get it down here. We're going to have a conversation, okay? We're going to do that. We're just going to do that. I'm going to work hard at it, okay? 860-1440 is the number here. When you give us a call, love to talk to you. Whatever on your mind. A lot of things going on. But remember, now I just got done telling you guys. So people getting killed in America with guns is not anything new. But the guy did make a point, and I did ask the question: why is it? Why would you need a gun that shoots 11 times? I think I did ask that question, and I believe that he made a point. He said, listen, in Millbrook a couple years ago, there were 6 kids trying to break into a guy's house, and if he didn't have the ability to fend them off, there's no telling what would have happened. So that answers that question. Okay. I don't know if you need a gun that shoots you 11 times going to Walmart, but then again, you never know today where you find yourself, what kind of situation you find yourself in. I don't know. Of course, if everybody was now starting next year, there will be people carrying guns, without the benefit of anybody knowing it. Everybody be able to carry a concealed weapon without a license. We're gonna see how that works out. Okay. Now, in theory, it should be a neutral situation, because the guy who think about shooting won't shoot because he don't know who's got a gun and who don't. So you think it theoretically it should neutralize a bunch of situations that could happen but won't happen because the crook in their building don't quite know who's got a gun. Bye. We'll be back.
1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. We start with devastating news out of Texas. Another deadly mass shooting, this time 19 children and 2 adults dead when a gunman opened fire at an elementary school there. Members of Alabama's congressional delegation, along with the governor, are reacting. You can read their statements on our website, WSFA.com. The numbers are in after primary election day, and Alabama Governor Kay Ivey is declaring victory. This after 8 Republican opponents tried to unseat her in the primaries. Governor Ivey avoided a runoff by securing over 50% of the votes. The governor's closest GOP challenger, Libby Blanchard, took 20% of the vote. In the U.S. Senate race, Republican primaries, Katie Britt and Mo Brooks will face off in a runoff. Britt took 45% of the vote, and Brooks came in second with 29% of the votes. Runoff election is set for June 21st. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Chris Fox in Uvalde, Texas. At least 19 children and 2 adults were killed when a gunman opened fire at an elementary school here Tuesday. Authorities say the shooter was killed on the scene by law enforcement. The Uvalde Civic Center went from being a polling place in the morning, a family reunification center in the afternoon, and by evening, it's where parents were told their children were among the dead. Henry Becerra of the City Church International is one of the grief counselors on site.
They've screamed, they've cried, they've yelled. Why?
PJ Talavera and his wife lost a niece, and they also grew up with one of the teachers.
Right now, everybody is just in shock. You always think that it can't happen in your community, right? Apparently it can.
I'm Chris Fox in Uvalde, Texas. Now with more CBS News, here's Vicki Barker.
Multiple casualties remain hospitalized in Texas. A state public safety official has just said all those killed were in one classroom on Capitol Hill.
The school shooting in Uvalde immediately stirred senators to speak, and familiar divisions emerged.
This body has been complicit by its inaction. In fact, it isn't this body. It is members of this body, principally on the other side of the aisle.
We know from past experience that the most effective tool for keeping kids safe is armed law enforcement on the campus.
The FBI just released an alarming report showing a spike in the number of active shooter incidents last year, 61 of them.
CBS's Scott McFarland. There have been 8 mass shootings in Texas in the past 13 years. 2 years ago today, George Floyd died outside a Minneapolis convenience store after a police officer knelt on his neck for 9 minutes. Today, President Biden signing an executive order mandating some police reforms. CBS's Nicole Killian reports.
The executive order is expected to include sections to establish an accountability database of officers fired for misconduct, a ban on chokeholds, and a restriction on no-knock warrants at the federal level. Senator Cory Booker, who led police reform negotiations on Capitol Hill last year, told CBS News he thinks it's strong.
Overseas,
another North Korean violation of UN Security Council resolutions, this time by testing 3 ballistic missiles, according to South Korea's military, and the North's first missile provocation since President Biden reassured South Korea the U.S. remains committed to supporting its ally with the full range of its defense capabilities.
Alex Jensen in Seoul, South Korea. The World Health Organization says more than 130 cases of monkeypox have now been confirmed. This is CBS News.
It's a day to honor,
to remember,
to reflect.
This Memorial Day, honor our fallen soldiers with taps across America.
For more information, go to cbs.com/taps.
It's a day to honor, to remember, to reflect. This Memorial Day, honor our fallen soldiers during the National Moment of Remembrance with Taps Across America. CBS is inviting musicians across the country to play the military bugle call Taps at 3 p.m. local time and pay tribute to the veterans we've lost. For information on how to participate in Taps Across America, go to cbs.com/taps.
If you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous, but no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique two-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219.
Another settlement at last summer's Surfside, Florida condo collapse.
I'm Peter King. This settlement involves property loss, not loss of life. The judge says people who lost their homes in the collapse will share at least $96 million. Settlement was announced as state lawmakers agreed to consider new legislation to require more frequent inspections for condo buildings 3 stories or taller, with recertification every 30 years or every 25 required if a building is within 3 miles of the coast.
CBS's Peter King reporting. And finally, a British statistician has used epidemiology to calculate that at least 3 religious denominations in the UK face extinction within the next 40 years because they're not contagious enough. John Hayward predicts the Anglican and Catholic churches could see their congregations fall to 0 by 2062. The Methodist Church could be gone by the mid-2040s. Baptist churches may survive till as late as 2085. I'm Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Got questions about your roof? River Region Contracting has the answer. Google River Region Contracting today or visit their website, riverregioncontracting.com.
Provocative, personal, unfiltered. This is Mouthpiece.
Because we experience a lot of different things. We experience a lot of hate from the world. And
Yeah. Stop whining.
Together, we have something powerful.
Super Bowl champion and self-described feminist Michael Bennett and his wife Pele invite listeners into their professional and private lives, but doing it authentic. Listen and subscribe to Mouthpiece, free wherever you get your podcasts, from the Westwood One Podcast Network.
When the conversation starts.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Well, it seems that our housing authority, now that's a board I like to be on, the housing authority board, because then you can really make a difference. At least I'm thinking anyway. It seems that the Montgomery Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, I love that thing, commissioner. See, on the Parks and Recreation Board, you're just a board member. You're not a commissioner or anything like that. You're just a board member, and every once in a while we have a meeting every 6 or 8 months or something like that. I don't know exactly when we're going to have another one, but nobody's telling me about it. Also, officially, Mr. Card is the head of the Parks and Recreation Board now. Got a press conference on that yesterday. But it seemed that yesterday that they elected John Knight and General Paul Hankins to be the chairman and vice chairman for another 12 months. Okay, well, that's good. Did he get paid to be on the housing board? Does anybody know? I mean, because is there any boards around where you actually get paid on? Anyway, I'm just checking. I need to be on that one. Okay, because a little money don't hurt. Let me see what else is going on. So congratulations to General Hankins. I talked to General Hankins a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact. He forgot who I was, though, but I didn't forget who he was. He's a man. He is a man. Okay. Oh, that's right. So I'm going to the Vaughn, and Taylor Road. I got you. I'll be there. Okay? I'll be there. Okay. Watching the movie today. Me and Z are going to watch it. Now, I hope the popcorn ain't going up in the movies. I mean, everything else is going up. So hopefully the popcorn's not going to $5 a bag. If not, I got to sneak my own popcorn in there. 860-1440 is the number here. When you give us a call, love to talk to you. Whatever on your mind, tragedy, politics, whatever on your mind. Good morning. Well, see, if I do that, then I got to let him call back and respond to yours. And I'm just saying, why don't we just keep it one call? Respond to him tomorrow. I love you, but don't worry about it. I mean, I can't do that because that just starts a whole thing rolling. Then, well, you let them talk and you let them talk like little kids. So you don't want to go there. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. Hope this day, tragedy and triumph. Tragedy in Texas, triumph in Alabama for some politicians. Congratulations to the folks in one. Insler won. They came on the show, of course. Talked to people. He won. That's good. That's good. Now the problem is that I couldn't help Tim James because everybody didn't listen to me down in the parts of Alabama. They needed to. Then he probably would have won. Yeah, but I'm just saying. I can't. My reach is not that long. My reach is only around here. Matter of fact, if I get out from downtown, I'll be a happy guy. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to, and a lot of things to talk about there. I got a lot of things to talk about there. I wrote it all down, and I'm moving right along here. But I'm just happy to see. I'm just happy to see. Yeah, in the last 4 weeks, about 42 plus 24. What is that? Let's see. 42 is 64 people been shot, and 14 people been killed in one particular city. That's in the last 2 weeks. And that's just in one city. I'm not even going to name the city because you can pick any city USA and you'll find that this gun thing is pretty tough. I own a gun, but I strictly have it for self-defense. I can actually shoot. Anyway, Ivy declares victory over 8 GOP primary opponents. How do you do that? I mean, how do you? 8 people running against you and you win without a runoff? Oh well, that's the way the game is played, I guess. Let's see if this says. Good morning. Hello. Anybody there? I guess not. All right then. Let's leave that alone. Moving right along to other stories that have made the news. Again, Will Dismuth lost and conceded. I'm not. I don't live in Prattville. I don't live in Elmore County, so I have no dog in this fight. But I will say one thing. How you can hold a charge over a man's head for 2 years, simple theft, okay? Simple theft, if it's not political. I mean, how can you, and Darrell Bailey, I'm calling you out. How can you do that to somebody? You hold a simple theft charge over somebody's head for 2 years, rather than go ahead and just adjudicate it or drop it. So I'm just, Darrell Bailey, I got to call you out, brother. I think you did him wrong. And if it wasn't politics, then I think the district attorney of the county of Montgomery needs to explain that to the people. I mean, explain that. 24 months. You hold something over somebody's head, almost 24 months anyway, and rather than just go and adjudicate. I don't understand. If it was not politics and the Will Dismuth thing, then what was it? What was it? I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering. Let me see here now. Good morning. Who's this? Hello? Yes, now I'm kidding. Mm-hmm. You would think. But I know, but this is one of those situations. But the guy's a politician. He's a representative. I think it deserves some urgency because having this over this guy's head for 2 years like this, then it certainly affects the election. Wait a minute. We got virtual courts now. You can go to court from your. Everybody else did. Yeah. Well, I think Trump's what's the word I'm looking for here? His what's the word? You know the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I think his what? Come on now, you're a teacher. What's the word I'm looking for? His influence. His influence is waning. I think his influence is waning. Yeah. Yeah. But I got to tell you now, if Trump and Biden are against each other the next time, I'm still going to vote for Trump. but if it does. Well, she's not necessarily been a fan of Trump to begin with. I mean, she did what she had to do politically, but she is not, she's not really that big a fan of Trump. So, So. Right. Right. Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate it. Got to take a break. We'll be back. Uno momento. That's my little Spanish language thing. But I still say they screwed Will Dismuke. They did. But they wanted to get rid of him politically, and he wouldn't resign. So they held this over his head for 2 years, and I will not be convinced otherwise. I won't do it. I won't do it. I like Will. Anyway. We'll be back.
Traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindstar. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindstar offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Visit Blindstar.com now to save 50% off during the Memorial Day sale. Sale ends soon, so shop today. Blindstar.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's been reported that would send you on an alternate route. Rain causing problems, though. 65 southbound, running slow from Montgomery all the way back to Prattville. 85 southbound running slow from Perry Hill all the way back to East Boulevard. So be careful in both of those areas. Also running slow 85 south around Chantilly. Trinidad State Community College is offering continuing education classes in pharmacy technician and medical billing and coding. Classes start June 6th. Call 420-4240. That's Trinidad State Continuing Education. Buckle up. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch. This is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
I'll say this. Stacey Abrams certainly did not help herself out at all. And she wants to be the governor of the state of Georgia, but she declared over the weekend that Georgia is the worst state in the country to live. She actually said those words. It's not sitting well with voters going into this primary election. And my answer to her is, well, if you don't like it, Stacey, there's 49 other states you're free to go live in. If you think Georgia is the worst state, I lived in Georgia 4 years. I can tell you it's one of the best states in the country. I love Georgia. Everywhere from Atlanta to Savannah and everywhere in between, it is a beautiful, beautiful state with wonderful people.
Keeping you on the
All right.
straight.
I lived in Georgia, too.
Today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely. Paid for by Chaikin Analytics. The man who predicted the 2020 crash warns of a huge event in 2022. His name is Mark Chaikin, and his newest prediction has gone viral with 1.5 million views. According to Chaikin, who spent 50 years on Wall Street, a historic event in 2022 will cause a massive shift in the wealth divide. This will affect anyone who owns stock, says Chaikin, who accurately predicted the 2020 crash. Most people will never see it coming. Chaikin, a popular guest on Jim Cramer's Mad Money, has never shied away from sharing his controversial predictions. Now, Chaikin is pointing to a huge change in the way thousands of companies will need to do business in 2022. It'll affect everyone from Apple to Amazon, he says. Watch his full brand new warning free of charge at stockmarketshift.com/prepare. Go to stockmarketshift.com/prepare to learn more about 2022's huge event predicted by Mark Chaikin. That's stockmarketshift.com/prepare.
It could be information to change your life forever. Or the Something You Should Know podcast could just be something interesting.
Monica Guzman is on a mission to depolarize America.
That animosity is called affective polarization. It's
polarization based on how we feel about each other. And we are actually living under more anxiety and fear than is probably justified. By the way, when we have less fear, we can solve more.
Join Mike Carruthers and guests for Something You Should Know. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next
You know, I
storm.
thought that was you. I was wondering what happened to your hair.
First line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name
Dog
unless
me
it's
in,
done right.
which is
Visit
okay if you got a reasonable. But I played our Daily Bread. I played the first show every morning. Well, the Daily Bread should be first. I said, Ed, it's always first every morning. Then he called me the son of Satan. That really pissed me off.
Yep.
How you doing, sir?
One dime, one thin dime. It's dime time. Yep, it's dime time. If you've got a dime and some time, shop over 300 compact business
good.
luxury.
Oh, you guys about the same height. So,
If
you know.
you're looking to sell your
Yeah,
car,
there
you'll
it
buy
is.
it. And you'll buy it
Yeah,
on
okay,
spot
okay.
with no trade-in required. Owe too much on your trade? We'll pay up to $4,256 over Kelley Blue Book for most trades. And if credit problems in the past prevent you from driving a light new car today, we understand. My credit approval process will help you rebuild your credit and get you financed when others can't. We are budget car and truck sales. So if you've got a little time and a dime, visit us in Montgomery at 61 Mendel Parkway or 508 McQueen Smith Road in Prattville. Check us out online at mybudgetonline.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late.
What do you know? What do you know?
But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how
No, we don't.
expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices
It's
are
just what we do.
I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone. Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor.
Stop, dude.
Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you, it's me.
Or millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios. You could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks.
Not like a cup of coffee. Get the day going.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untuck It shirts that you love. Untuck It has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked. So you
Well,
can
that's enough. That's a long commercial break.
your most casual.
Roderick!
Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untuckit.com or one of 80+ Untuck It stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untuck It shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I can live with that. All right, I'm good. Okay, now someone has suggested. Now I don't know. I can't really come up with a. Well, let me put it this way. There are plausibilities and possibilities. Now, it is possible that this suggestion, but the length of the conspiratorial apparatus has to be infinite in order for this to happen. But some have suggested these shootings have been, I don't know, purposed to distract us from other things. Now, for that to be true, there would have to be a lot, because we got shootings all the time anyway. There would have to be a conspiracy apparatus that is just unstoppable in my mind. In my mind, I don't know if that's probably. I think it's circumstances. I think it's life happens. Like my good friend Dave Ramsey say, life happens and things happen that are way beyond our control. I would hope that nobody had that kind of power in this country. Although anything is possible, but is it plausible? I don't think so. But then again, anything that's again is possible. Now let me talk to the guys for a second before I get on to the rest of the show. Hey guys, have you been feeling down and out, weakling? Have you not felt like the man that you ought to feel like you ought to be? Well, a lot of that can happen because you have what's called low T, okay? Low testosterone levels, which means that is the chemical in a man's body that makes him a man. Makes all that hair grow on his face and got the big mustache and all that stuff, and allows you to be very manly in many kinds of ways. Well, every once in a while, once you hit past 40, according to what the doctors tell me at Montgomery Men's Health, it starts, you start to lose a little bit of that stuff, get a little midriff around the midriff and stuff like that. And, well, they got a plan for you at Montgomery Men's Health. Now you give them a call, 334-440-3663. That is 440-3663. And I'm telling you, your quality of life will change. Okay, low testosterone makes a man feel less than a man. Now I realize if you look at the word man up, you look in the dictionary, you'll see my picture. Well, that's because my picture hasn't always been there. It's been put there lately because by going to the Montgomery Men's Clinic, I have my stuff tested and I'm good. So now the picture of me is in the dictionary where it says man with good testosterone. Okay, I'm just telling you that you might want to get yours checked. It'll change your life. If you've been feeling tired, all you want to do is lay on the couch, but you don't even want to get up and go to the bathroom. And then, and if you go to the bathroom, if it takes a half hour for the little for the little water to come out there, if you're trying to drain the vein and it takes a long time to drain it, you might want to go check on your PSA. Okay, that's your prostate something. I don't know the medical terminology, but if you got to wait a half hour to things come out, you might want to call this number 334-440-3663. That is Montgomery Men's Health. Okay, get that T checked out. Okay, and it's only $99. Come on, man. Right now you spend $99 on a tank of gas. Okay, thanks, Biden. But anyway, so get it checked out. You'll feel better. The missus will feel better. And if you haven't felt like paying the missus much attention in the last 5-6 years, you certainly might want to go over here and get your T checked out. So low T, don't let low T be an impediment. I'm trying to put something right there. Okay, don't let it be an impediment. Okay, low T, you don't have to have it. They can check it out for you. And there are all kinds of things that are going on now. Even if the pill things don't work. I don't know a pill that gives you energy, okay? But I do know that you need the T. So give them a call. 334-440-3663. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Me either. Well, I know the woman. Right. I think that's the Farah woman. I think you pronounce her name Farah or Farah. I think she won. I gotta go back to the newspaper here in a second, but I know she won. Farah. I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. She called on the show a couple of times when we talked. I just can't pronounce her last. Yeah, I just can't pronounce her last. Mm-hmm. So does that mean now that there's going to be a board with black? I think Claire. Yeah. I believe she beat Claire Will. I believe. And so that, yeah. Huh? Porter. Oh, okay. Well, Porter beat, and then right. And so the other woman, yeah, I guess she took what's her name's place, who didn't Janet Bailey's place, who didn't take. That's district number 6. Yeah. So, but I don't think. Do you really believe it matters who's on that board? I mean, by color. I mean, okay. Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're in line. Yeah. Do you really believe? Let me ask you a question. Do you really believe that having cell phones in the classroom with you somehow make that environment better for learning? Yeah, I just. Right. I ain't blaming the kids. Because what I did was, yes, I'm at the school yesterday, and I'm just looking, and everybody coming down the hallway is looking at their telephone. So you cannot tell me, right? You cannot tell me they're not looking at those phones in the classroom. So I just, how you supposed to learn? Yeah, Porter's beat. Yeah, Porter's beat. She beat Claire Will. I think we got too many women on. We got too many women on that board. I don't. Because women look at things differently, though. Yeah. But women look at things differently. Well, that's true too. but that's true too. We'll see. Yes, we will. Yeah, yeah, we will. Same thing. If you don't, if this school board does not take away cell phones out of the classroom, then they don't intend for our children to learn. And since I got a boy in that room, in that school, in these schools, they don't intend. There's no put it in your locker at lunchtime. Go get it. Have a great time. Put it back in the locker before you get back to class. If phones continue to be part of the atmosphere of the classroom, put a fork in them. They are done. They're done. They're through. I mean, there's no way that you can learn in a classroom when everybody's got a cell phone. There's no way. Okay, I'm just telling you that they don't intend. We need to repeal that policy. Okay, again, let them bring them to school, put them in their locker, and if in fact there is an emergency, people can still go out of there and find their phone and call their parents or go to the classroom, something like that. I'm just saying, I would think that we have the wherewithal to send an automated, and we do, because I get them all the time from Lee High School. Send an automated message to everybody's cell phone, every parent's cell phone. You don't need a cell phone in schoolroom. You don't. Not if you intend for these kids to actually learn. Okay? Not if you intend. I got a hard time even with the computers, but we do live in a computer society. But even then, but you can stop certain pages from going on a computer so you can't get to. There's certain sites you can't get to. So, and once you log into their Schoology or to their school thing there, then that settles some of that. But again, if we do not suspend bringing cell phones in the classroom, we do not intend for our children to learn. We just don't. We just don't. We just don't. So I'm done with that. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Kevin. Good morning. This is Marty.
Yes, Marty.
Hey, Kevin. I'm totally agreeing with you. And by the way, the information that the young lady who won was Phaedra.
Phaedra. Okay, I thought it. Yeah. Okay.
Right. But now I'm in agreement with you, man, because there are certain jobs that won't allow you to have cell phones while you work.
It's been detrimental. Right. It's been detrimental. It's been detrimental.
Exactly. You know, you would get in trouble if you had it. So the problem is, and I think your last call was somewhat right, you know, as far as the difference it makes, until we start requiring or demanding or expecting structure, you know, in the school education process, you're going to have that. The problem is that we're binded by federal money, whereas you suspend these students and everything, you know, a lot of times the monies you get are depending on the enrollment that, you know, that these school systems have. So they're in a rock and a hard place. No excuse, though. But I'm with you. What they can do is demand that the students put their phones in the lockers. And only, you know, and that's where they are to stay. And if there are any emergencies at home, call the front office and reach out to your students if it's worth that. But, you know, in the Bible it says you receive not because you ask not. You don't set those expectations or what have you. You know, you're going to have those types of issues. Trust me, students will meet the expectations.
They will. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, because yesterday, a school in Chicago, all the seniors, every last one of them, got scholarship to college. And they're black. They're all black. And so what you expect from most kids, most of them will give it to everybody won't. But if you have excellence as a standard, so I'm just, we can do it if we wanted to. Okay. Okay.
That was impressive about what they did at that graduation is that when the students received their diploma, they went up to a microphone and mentioned which college they were going to or what their career goals were.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them had specified certain colleges. A lot of them have got scholarships submitted to different colleges. You may have had three who mentioned the military. Two was Army, one was Air Force.
Cool.
But they had directions, and the thing is that they were expected to meet certain expectations.
Right.
Not compromised, and they graduated, and these kids are successful, and they were all black men.
Right.
And I was telling people in the audience, to the young ladies that were there, the mothers of those black men, I said, now your men are ready to take their place in leadership in the community.
Right.
And again, you ask not, receive not,
yeah.
You ask not. We don't need to make it.
And Valiant Cross has shown us the way. I know you'll never have a male school in the public school system, and I don't know if it's a good thing. But if you really want to separate your kid from that mess sometimes, then Valiant Cross. Matter of fact, I might try to get Z in Valiant Cross. Come and think about it. But we could.
There's a benefit to having, to having a lot of us on the board if we do things instead of post-school.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about this is that, you'll have parents that will show up, about their children's cell phones being put in wall lockers, but would not show up to the school.
Yeah.
Parent conference about how bad they're performing in school or whether or not they're showing up. So it's generational as well as those two. We have to reconcile. But you have to set those standards, and trust me, they're going to meet them, and even the parents will meet those standards if they want to.
Right. Okay. Hey, I appreciate the call. As a matter of fact, I was at school yesterday, and I decided that I will spend some time next year. If I don't get my son in Valiant Cross, I'll spend some time, and I will substitute. Okay, but I don't get to work till 9 o'clock, so I don't know what time it's going to be there. So if I can't do that, then I'll just go in and volunteer and look around. Anyway, Linda Blanchard came in second with 19.2% of the votes. Tim James came in third with 16.2% of the vote. And everybody else don't even matter. Okay, 0.6, 1.8, 6.6, which went to Robert Burdett. I never get a chance to talk to him. And the Democratic side, Yolanda Flowers, who came up with 33% of the vote, Malika Sanders Fortier came up with 32%, so there's a runoff there, and everybody else don't even matter in that deal anyway. Okay. Senate, Will Boyd, as a Democrat, came in with 63% of the vote. Republican Katie Britt came in with 44%, and Mo Brooks came in 29.1% of the vote. Let me see here now. Let's see who. Let's see that. Okay, here we go right there. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
Oh yeah. Hey, you ever go to Walmart?
Only when I have to.
When they check you out, you're on the phone. They can't ring you up to protect you. You go through the drive-through, they can ring you up to protect you, and then you drive down the road. They do it all the time. So is Alabama the only state that allows schools in the class, phones in the classroom?
I do not know. If anybody else is doing it, I guarantee they got the same problem. So, the thing about magnet schools, I don't believe they should have them either in the classroom. But magnet students normally are self-motivated, and most of them will get the work done. I guess they have more of a sense of discipline. I don't know what the magnet school, although they are public schools too. So I would think if you can take them in one public school, you ought to be able to take them in another public school. So, but I don't know. I think that was under Barbara Thompson. I think that's when what a dumb. I like Barbara Thompson too, but that's just one of the dumbest things we've ever done in the classroom. We can't get them to pay attention now. So. Hell, we barely had a phone at home. Yeah. You don't. You don't. Yeah, you don't need one. All right. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? Oh, pretty good.
Some pretty interesting conversations, especially when it began with the travesty in Texas.
Right.
But really, what can we do with this stuff? I mean, we had one caller talk about first thing was ban assault rifles. There's no evidence that this gentleman, I'm not going to say that, this murderer, used an assault rifle. The only reason why they said that was on an Instagram photo, he had a picture of a magazine with it. But it'd be very obvious if he had used an AK-47 or AR-15. At the school, there'd been plenty of casings all around, and so that would have taken all up 5 minutes to ascertain an assault rifle was used. So, I don't think we need to look at banning ARs because we don't even know. You then had another caller said, well, the stereotype, all white, this is white shooter. No, this is the Hispanic shooter. He was born in North Dakota. Salvador Ramones has his picture. He's Hispanic. So you can't lay this at the feet of white shooters. I mean, like we talked about last week. The heart is evil beyond all things. You can pass any kind of gun control you want. He's got this 18-year-old murderer bought them. He bought them legally. So what would you change? This school district, and I sent you the article on it, had police officers. If you go on Fox News and pull up what this school district had in place, everything you could possibly think of.
Yeah. Well, not everything, because he got through it. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. He made it through it. So I thought we had metal detectors in every possible place that you can come into that school, in these schools. But I guess we don't.
I know in Montgomery we don't have them anything, and especially the question is what happens when somebody comes on. This happened at 10:30 or 11 o'clock a.m. I think. More likely, if you do have metal detectors, that's manned only as the students are coming in initially, 7:30, 7:45, 8 a.m. I don't know. But it seems to me like once school is in session, every door would be locked to the outside
I mean, you could hit it in an emergency bar and run out in case of a fire exiting. But it seems like there would be a single control point once school has started, which everybody
Right.
must.
Everybody, yeah.
And that must constantly be manned by a an armed law enforcement officer or an armed teacher that has gone through training, retired military, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Well, I surely hope they come. I think that's a great idea. Once that bell rings, there's only one place in or out in that school. Because when I go to Lee, sometimes there's other doors that people come in, and I look at them sometimes. Yeah, and I think that's a great idea. I hope they implement something like that in the school system. At least it'll give you some control over what comes in, and that mandatory you go through the metal detector. If you don't go through the metal detector, you don't get in. Yeah. So.
And we have retired police officers, we have retired military. You cannot convince me that we hire these individuals that have been through this type of training before. They're very proficient in guns, and I do believe, Mike, that you should have some teachers specifically that are armed. Generally, again, if we have a controlled access point, a single access point, it can be somebody in the principal staff, it can be somebody in counseling, it could be secretarial.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes in order for that control point to be controlled. And short of that, you're not going to change mankind's heart. Like I said, we are a nation abandoned by God. And God is allowing this nation to run the full gamut.
Well, I will agree with you. I will agree with you on this one. I think that God has kept His hand on America all these years through war after war after war, because we never abandon our core belief that there's a God in heaven, and He sits high and looks low. Now we actually think, because we came up with a cell phone that could guide us to this McDonald's restaurant, that somehow that we know more than He does, and that we don't need Him. And I got to say, I feel you on that. I just, there's something wrong with us over here. So I don't know. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. And I believe that. I mean, I don't always do the right thing, but I know what the right thing is to do. Then I got to pray for forgiveness. We'll be back after this. 860-1440 is our numbers. Do you believe that we've gone too far to the other side? And can we redeem ourselves as a nation to get our kids back? Wood, it's good. Back.
You'll be on your knees tomorrow. Can you go back, Jack? Do it again. We'll turn it round and round. You go back.
Blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blind shades
and shutters shipped
directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Visit Blindster.com now to save 50% off during their Memorial Day sale. Sale ends soon, so shop today. Blindster.com.
A wet and stormy next 48 hours. Today, starting this morning, throughout the morning, afternoon, even into the evening, and tonight, there will be numerous widespread showers and thunderstorms. Now, it doesn't mean it rains all day long everywhere. There will be some dry time, but very high rain and storm coverage today. Scattered showers and storms tonight, and then very high rain and storm coverage Thursday. Some of the storms today and tomorrow could be strong to possibly severe.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities. Haven't sent anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Premier Place has it all for summer. After shopping, eat at Poblano's, King Buffet, or Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt. It's all at Premier Place in Crackle, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, front and back, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone.
Could be anyone.
Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor.
What's up, dude?
Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io, enter promo code ART.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untuck It shirts that you love. Untuck It has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untuckit.com or one of 80+ Untuck It stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untuck It shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhins.com/joy.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Ben here with Just Blinds in Prattville. On behalf of the Myers family and our entire team here at Just Blinds, we want to sincerely thank you for selecting Just Blinds as the best, your #1 choice for blinds, shutters, and drapes in Central Alabama. Just Blinds has been delivering on our family's commitment to provide quality window treatments at affordable prices and to deliver the absolute best in customer service before, during, and after the sale for over 35 years. Please visit us online at gojustblinds.com.
Hey, Montgomery, Prattville, and surrounding areas. Matt Parsley here with Budget Car and Truck Sales. We're all feeling the pinch. With everything going up, I'm sorry to say at Budget, we're going to have to take away the nickel down sale, and we're raising it to a dime. Yep, that's right, one dime, one thin dime. It's dime time. Yep, it's dime time. If you've got a dime and some time, shop over 300 compact, mid-size, full-size luxury cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And if you're looking to sell your car, we're buying. And we'll buy it on the spot with no trade-in required. Owe too much on your trade? We'll pay up to $4,256 over Kelly Blue Book for most trades. And if credit problems in the past prevent you from driving a light new car today, we understand. My credit approval process will help you rebuild your credit and get you financed when others can't. We are Budget Car and Truck Sales. So if you've got a little time and a dime, visit us in Montgomery at 61 Mendel Parkway or 508 McQueen Smith Road in Prattville. Check us out online, buybudgetonline.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
Where the hell else
Sure
did you
is.
go?
But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently. Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back.
Well, give me the bar. Maybe have a way out. It's also 10.
Right on.
$5 bonus on your first pay. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands.
Man, a lot of
Download the
commercials
free
today.
Upside
What's up
app
with
and use
that?
promo code
I thought
FREE
the election was
for a
over.
$5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Hey, I can only tell you this much. If you haven't been with your wife in 5 years, somebody has. I'm just saying. Anyway. Woo! That's a hard pill to swallow. Literally. All right, let's take a couple more calls, then I'm going to get out of here. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Quickly now, because I'm running out of time. You don't get three today. You don't get three today. I'm running out of time. I will give you about a minute. I gotta run. Okay, running out of time. I can't take that. Sorry about that. I'm just running out of time. Good morning. Yes.
According to Mark 12, chapter 12, verse 30.
Yes.
In the King James Bible, it says, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul, with all thy mind and all thy strength." Then he tells you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. What's missing in this country is love. Okay, love, simple love. Without love, you cannot have no peace, and without God, there will be no peace. Now, that's the bottom line. That's what's wrong with this country. It's a lack of love and a lack of concern and serving and praising our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
Nothing will be fixed. Nothing will be fixed.
Nothing
will come to any good ends until this country and the people of this country start serving God as He has commanded us and loving Him as He has commanded us to do. Because if we can't love Him, we can't love anything. You may think you love, and you must love God in spirit and in truth. God is not of the flesh.
Right.
And there's no warm, fuzzy feeling with God. That He's not of flesh. He said the only way you can love Him is in truth and spirit. Okay? So this warm feeling we talk about, that's not the love God is speaking of.
Okay. Hey,
therefore, man can love God.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Who's this?
Amen, my friend. Hey.
All right. Good morning. Who's this?
We like love curmudgeon. I love Bud and all these cats because we kind of disagree when we feel love one another.
Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Anyway, so you guys, see, I've been so misunderstood about this love thing. My question is, what is love? And love is not talking about it. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling, because when human beings think of love, we think of that warm, fuzzy feeling. It is about the things that you do for other people and how you treat people. Okay, that's what it's all about. Okay, God just don't want you sitting in a room talking about, "I love you, Lord," and treating your neighbor bad, treating everybody else bad. He don't want that. It's about action. It's about what you do, not what you say. Anyway, my time is just about up. I mean, hopefully not literally, but that's probably coming too. Anyway, interesting day. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know who's going to be here tomorrow. No, I don't know who's going to be here tomorrow. Okay, I got time to take one more. Good morning. Yes, quickly.
Yeah, one of the young ladies called and said, you don't put a block on their phone?
I haven't put a block on anything.
Well, I said, that's a curious. That was she said she tried to call you and they can't get to you.
Really?
Like that, work release.
Well,
and you're not receiving that call.
241-9998. That's the number. Yeah, there's no block on it. 98, yeah. No. 241-9998. Yeah, and it's working. You call it right now, it'll ring. Yeah, it's working fine. Yeah. Now, for a couple of days there, it kept going to voicemail because I was trading phone companies. And so it was just going out there in space because my phone wasn't working. But now it's working.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna tell them when they call me back.
Yeah.
241.
98. That's it. All right. Gotta go. Time's up. We'll catch you tomorrow. The good Lord says the same. Have a great day, everybody.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. We start with devastating news out of Texas. Another deadly mass shooting